Alright, welcome to Stuck in a Tiny Little Home. This is going to be the walkthrough. Like I mentioned in the description of the map, it's not entirely sequential, so I'm going to try and linearize it as best as I can to make it as easy to understand as possible. So start off, we're going to take a look at these 5 lights on the ground here. We're just going to want to light these up. This is going to be done by finding buttons scattered throughout the house. We got one above the kitchen over here. Head over to the bathroom. We have one that's hiding just behind the banner over here. Head over to the office. One up top behind the wall there. And then we're going to head downstairs to grab the other two. One of them is hiding underneath the bar top over here, just like so. Whoops. And the other one is going to be above the theater, just like so. And now you're going to hear a ding. No blocks are going to play after every puzzle that isn't quite set in what you need to do. So just keep that in mind. So this puzzle here, when you got the 5 lights set up, this is going to open up this little nook in the bookshelves here. I've got 2 lecterns here. One of them, this is going to be used for later. It has to do with the clocks. Next up, we're going to take a look at this one here. I remember seeing something behind the book stand. This we can go ahead and do now. So the book stand, that is referring to the little lectern that is standing in the library. Just right behind it, we have a yellow wall. And now these walls here, you're going to find 6 of them throughout the room. They need to be placed down on the TV over in the theater. But we do have 5 more that we need to find, so I'm going to show you the locations for those now. We have one of them that's just behind the bar top here, and the second to the left. We have one that is over behind the pool table, behind the trapdoor. Old barrel trick, take the back of it, looks a little similar to spruce wood. We have one underneath the kitchen here, just like so. And the other thing we want to do is we have 2 more, but one of them requires us to fill up the sinks, which refers to sign here. The kitchen sink needs to be filled a bit. Right? So we're just gonna head downstairs. We have one more that's hidden away behind this painting here. Another old trick. But to get to the ones in the sinks, we have a couple things we need to do where this is where it becomes a little tricky to explain because it's not entirely sequential. We do have another thing hidden away in this under this trapdoor, a little more obvious than the one on the other side over here. But this is a key card. Now this key card is going to be used for upstairs a couple times, and if we take a look in the pantry over here, we have a bucket that's going to be used to help us, and we have keycard info in this barrel over here. So keycard info, you're going to get a diagram. Now, if you recognize it, it's going to look a little bit like the floor in the kitchen. And what we're going to want to do is place our keycard down on the X. So we're going to go over 3 black squares and then up 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we drop our keycard just down here, we're going to hear another ding. And we're going to take this and we're going to head over to our office where our personal safe has been opened. We got an iron ingot, just like so. Now if you break this down into nuggets, don't worry. It isn't necessarily what you need to do to continue on, but we do have a crafting table in the pantry here that you can use to bring them back together. So we have our keycard here just like so. I'm going to grab, there's a book in here. This is going to be used with the clocks. This is going to be used for later on. But we're going to head over to our couch here. And another old trick is scaffolding below the snow. If we take a shift down here, we have a little secret compartment. We have our pantry key. Now you're going to find 3 of these types of keys throughout the map. They're going to be opened. They're going to be used to open lock chests in the room that is part of the name of the name tag. So here we have the pantry key. So in the pantry we do have a lock chest. Holding the pantry key will allow you to open it. So we have a faucet. If for those who play adventure maps a lot, if you look on the items, what they can be placed on, it'll give you a little bit of a hint what you need to do with them. So we have the stripped oak wood. This is going to be used for downstairs. The name of the item, faucet, can also give you a hint. We're just going to go ahead and place this above this cauldron here, and we'll see that it has filled up completely. We can now take our bucket. Don't worry if you mess up, it refills. You can take your bucket over here, And following the sign's directions, like I mentioned, the kitchen sink needs to be filled a bit. We're just going to go ahead and fill up these two sinks here. So we got this one, which gives us our final wool, which is great. And we're going to take this, we're going to fill up the second one here as well. We have our flint. As you can imagine, what this builds, what this crafts, flint and steel is what we're going to use for this. For this one, we have flint and steel cake with placed on cake with candle, just like so. And we're here another little ding. We're going to firstly head downstairs and place these on the TV just so I can show you how these puzzles kind of interconnect. So we're just going to place these on over here just like so. And we're going to hear a door creaks noise. And that's just going to be an indication that the cellar, yes, this is the cellar here, has opened up. So to start off, there's not much here that you can do. There is this little hint here on the blast furnace, says a little lighter required. So you can just go ahead and place your flint and steel in here. You're going to hear another little ding. This is going to help you unlock something upstairs. But other than that, we have a barrel that is locked. All these other chests and barrels are have nothing in them as well. So we're going to go ahead back upstairs. And when you put the lighter in the blast furnace, that's just going to make this little cool effect of a sliding painting. When up top, we have a jukebox here. We're going to need a music disc for that. But firstly, we're going to go ahead back into the pantry. Now, when you light the candle, it's going to open up the pantry over here behind the shelving. Just want to input the key card one more time. Hear another little ding, and also I have my subtitles on just so you can kind of see. You might have noticed that there was a piston that it slides, so if you have your sound on, you will hear that as well. But we're just gonna head downstairs here back into the cellar, and you notice the crafting table has been pushed back, giving access to this barrel here, which gives us shears that can break yellow carpet. So this is where, although we could have slid this crafting table back, giving access to this before we open up the door, by putting these wools on the wall over here. You do need to do both of them to continue on. So both work, either way you want to do it, or either way you end up finding both of them, completing those puzzles. Just know that you need to do both of them to continue on. So we have the shears here, but we also have the jukebox upstairs that we need a music disc for. Taking advantage of the fact that jukeboxes and note blocks have the same sides. If you head over to the left side, go 3 up, you're going to see that a music disc pops out. So we're just going to grab this. We're going to go ahead and put this up top into this jukebox here. We're just hear another ding. Now I have my music off, sorry. But you don't need to keep this in. You can take it out. Map will work just fine. And if you head into the bathroom here, this jukebox will activate these arrows on the wall here. Now this is your classic item frame rotation puzzle, but there isn't quite much indication on how we set these up. So in order to do that, we're going to head downstairs, and we're going to grab this flower up here, as well as, this might just be my texture pack, but you can kind of see through the bushes here. There's a book up on top of this bush here. Don't worry if you pick up the item frame, it'll disappear right away. We'll take a look at the title of these books. The title of books will help you quite a bit. This one in particular, you could just take a look at what can be placed on, but Lost, I Need a Home. Just going to go ahead and place it on the only empty lectern in the house, just like so. And you're going to see a fire extinguishes noise in my subtitles here, as well. If you have your sound on, you will hear it. And the fireplace has been unlit, and there's a sign behind that says the mirror seems to have been completely defogged. So you're going to want to defog the mirror. This refers to the bathroom here, and it kind of has like a nice little mirror effect, right? But you also need the jukebox, the music disc and the jukebox to activate this, as these two puzzles now kind of come to a close and connect to one another. So if we take a look through this mirror here, we can see a reflection of these arrows over here. Now because it's a mirror, we're going to want to reflect these. So if we take a look at the inside one over here, corresponds with this arrow here facing downwards. So if we take these two opposite ones here, we're going to face them downwards, and then we're going to face the other two on a diagonal towards the mirror, just like so. And then a final one in the middle here is going to be facing inwards. The other one is going to be facing outwards. Just like this. Now this is all set up. Now you might be wondering, if you get to this point and you wonder why you're not hearing a note block, because there is one, it's because you have one more thing you need to do, and it involves the flower. There is a flower missing in this flower pot here. Once you do this as well, it will then activate the puzzle once both of them, when the flower is in here, and this is all done. There you go, here in the note block. Now if we head over to the TV here, a little slot underneath it hasn't opened up. We're just going to grab this book here that's called Ceilings. Once again, we're going to need to take into considering the name of the book. If we head into here, you're going to notice there are 4 pages. Each of these pages is going to respond to one number. And each of these pages have 4 numbers split up by 3 different rooms that can be found within the house. Now, if we take a look at the office here, you might be wondering how is that useful? Well, if we could take into consideration the name of the book, Ceilings, if you look up, the middle centerpiece kind of looks like a minus sign, as well as the bar top downstairs. It's also going to look like a minus sign, but the one in the lounge has a plus. So keeping these 3 symbols in mind, we can then do these equations. And yes, I apologize for the little bit of math here. Hopefully it's not too difficult. Just use a calculator if you need to. It's whatever. But we have 31, and then we have the office, which is minus 15 plus 2 minus 11. So like I said, we're going to get 4 different numbers, 1 for each of these pages. This is going to be used for the firewall. Right now, we don't have the ability to get to the firewall just yet. Firewalls usually spawn with computers. So we're going to head over here. And we do have these shears that we never quite used that can break yellow carpet. And we're just going to take this off here, and we have a mouse that can be placed on quartz slab. So this is going to allow us to get into the computer. Now, I apologize for this next part. If your computer is a little bit on the lower end side, it might drop your frames. I wanted to give it a little bit of a Matrix feel, so I do apologize in advance for this. But you can see that we are now, quote unquote, in the computer. This button will take you back if you need to. But here we see we have firewall opened by Ceilings. Alright, so this is going to try and give you the hint to refer back to this book here. So we have our 4 numbers. Just treat this wall as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pretty self-explanatory. And the 4 numbers that you're going to get from this book here, 1 for each page, is going to be 2, 5, 7, and 8. So you're going to hear a ding. And if we head back, this is going to give us access to, dun dun dun, the 3rd floor. The 3rd floor has now opened up for us. So we're going to head upstairs. First thing you're going to want to do is head into here. There's a little key up top, a little cheeky key. We're going to also want to take a look at these outfits here. We got a couple outfits. If we head into the green room here, we have a sign that says, I need to get my outfit ready for tomorrow downstairs. If you remember, in the closet downstairs, there is a armor stand. And here in the bathroom, we have 3 towels and 3 sets of clothing above. So this kind of gives the indication that from this room over here, we need to grab the green chest plate, the orange boots, and the pink leggings. And we're going to want to transfer those downstairs. So I'm going to grab the pink leggings, green chest plate, and the orange boots. So if we bring these downstairs, just like so, right into the front hall closet, and just set these up on the armor stand, you're going to hear a ding. This is going to be good because this will allow us to open up a whole new room upstairs. Now, to start, there isn't actually much you can do with this room. All these barrels are indeed empty, but you do need to have this room open for the next bit. We're going to take the cellar key that we got from the red room above the clothes. We're going to take this down over here. Now, if you remember, there is a barrel that's locked, so just hover over the cellar key and you've got it opened. So now we have 2 books that say notes. We're going to want to come back to this little room here and this book here, and we're gonna use this is gonna tie into the clocks like I had mentioned. I'm gonna use one of these as an example. You can follow through the other ones if you'd like, or I'm just gonna show you the other three as I have them memorized, which one it goes where. So we're gonna take a look at 3 o'clock goes to pink. If we take a look at this, apologies, if we take a look at this book here, we have pink goes to blue. We're going to follow this to the next book, where blue goes to square. And up in the green room upstairs, we have a lectern that was right beside the sign, which is going to be the ending of this little puzzle here, where it says square goes to bar top. So kind of following that little path along, we now know that the 3 o'clock refers to the bar top. So the bar top down here, you're going to notice that there is a clock against the wall over here. So we just want to set this one to 3. And this one is all ready to go. Now, like I said, we have 3 more that you could find in here. You feel free to do those on your own. I'm going to go and set them up now. The other one is going to be in the office over here. We're going to set this one to 7:30. We're going to go over to the closet. We just need to tick this one once. This is for 1:30. There is one in the kitchen as well. There's a couple that are scattered throughout that you don't actually need to change. They're kind of there just as like a red herring, I suppose. So if you try and guess, you don't like try and guess them all, that sort of thing. But this one actually doesn't need to be set to anything. There's only 4 that need to be set, and the last one is going to be in the hall closet, or sorry, not the hall closet, just the hallway upstairs around the corner. And we're just going to set this one to 10:30. You're going to hear another ding. If we head over to the green bed over here, the bed sheets has been pulled down. We have access to a lever. This can be placed on cracked stone brick. Now, this house, I tried to make it a little bit more modern to my best of my ability. So finding cracked brick is going to be, it would stand out. We've got some stone bricks over here. Don't see any cracked bricks, and we have some stone bricks over here as well. We're gonna want to be in the cellar. There's nothing behind the chest or anything like that. Nothing too crazy. But it is a little bit of a cheeky hidden spot. We're gonna actually look at the scaffolding here that goes to the roof. And if you notice, take a closer look, there's actually a hidden spot above. Just like so. There's a little nook, and this is where your cracked bricks are going to be, just on the roof here. And we're just going to flick this and head back out into the theater. This is opening up a little slot behind the theater here, just like so. Gives access to more shears, which can be used in the closet. This is where my hint of kind of, if puzzles aren't quite sure what they do, take a look around the house again just to see what's opened up. That spot might not be too obvious, so that's where you want to take a look around. We do have these shoes here. We're going to open this other one up. We have an orange tulip. Now you might be wondering, what are you going to do with the orange tulip? Well, we're going to actually go back into these 3 rooms up here, and we're going to collect 3 more tulips. This is where the pink room needs to be opened up. We have this tulip up here. We have one in the hallway over here. We're going to grab, and one just above these clothings. We're going to head downstairs, back to the main room, into the dining room actually, and this has been here since the beginning. What you're going to notice is that there's different color backs to these chairs here, and if you correspond the correct tulip into the correct pot, you will hear another ding solving this puzzle, just like so. Now after this one, we're going to head back upstairs, and in the hallway over here, we have something that's up here that says row 2. Now if we take a listen, this is where you're going to want your sound on. Take a listen to this here. We kind of have something that sounds like bad, bad, good, if I were to put as best my representation. This that row 2 up there is going to correspond with the 10 levers that have been out over here. This is why there's 10 of them. I don't want people guessing right away. Obviously, you got just a couple things to get through first before you get to that. So if we got bad, bad, good, so we're going to want to flick the ones that sound a little bit more positive in the music. The final one, which refers to the row 1, is over here in the kitchen. We take a look, listen to this. So if we've got up, we're going to want to flick the first one, the 4th one, and the 5th one. just like so. You hear another ding. And just quickly turning around, you're going to see that this has now been changed to a barrel which has a bedroom key. There is a barrel that has been that's up in the red bedroom that has been locked. I forgot to mention that earlier. Probably should have showed that. But just this one right here, not hidden away or anything like that. These have nothing in them. But we're going to want to open this up, which gives us a book called Candles. We have candles pink, lime, gray, red. This is going to tell us to count the candles for each of these colors. So we have 3 red, 8 gray, 2 lime, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pink. Now, if you get stuck here, there is a paper down here that says rename this one. So we're going to rename this paper using the anvil in the office. If you get stuck on this puzzle with the counting the candles, it's because of the pink. On the cake downstairs, this is a little cheeky, there is a pink candle sitting on the cake, and you're going to want to include this one as well, which gives you a total of 7 pink candles. So the final answer is going to be 7283. So I'm just going to rename this one to this, like so. And we're going to take this to the green room upstairs, where one of the barrels has been renamed to enter renamed paper here, just like so. So if you place any other item in here, nothing's going to really happen. It has been filtered out so that only when you have the correct paper with the correct name, it'll go through. So just like so, we hear another note block plays, and this is where things get a little bit more of a scavenger hunt per se. If we head downstairs, you're gonna notice that the TV has opened up to a huge hallway just along the sides here, each with different hints. Here on the wall we see 10 items have been scattered throughout the house. Find them. So I'm going to show you what that kind of looks like, as most of the barrels have just replaced a block, just like up here. This is where we can find the first one. And yes, I realize these are very random items. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with them, so just bear with me, you know. But if you want to skip forward and find the other ones for yourself, it's just a scavenger hunt. They're not hidden away extremely difficult, I would say. Except for one of them in the dining room. That's a little hint for you. But I'm going to go show you the other ones now. So we have another one that is behind the bar top here, down below. Some coffee, lovely. We have one in the cellar that's above the blast furnace. Some old spider webs. And we're going to head over to the living room here. Just up top, we have some knowledge, lovely. I have one hid away behind the staircase here. A motherboard. And we're going to the dining room. This is the one that's a little difficult per se. Little barrel underneath the cake. And then we have one just on the side of the kitchen lights. We have 3 more that we need to find. I'm going to head upstairs for these last 3. We have one in the pink room that is replaced with one of the bookshelves kind of behind the bunk bed over here. Some Play-Doh. One in the green room underneath the sink, just like that. And then we have the one hidden away in the trapdoor in the red room. So we have 10 items, and we're going to want to place these each in their own chest downstairs, just like so. Right. And they all kind of have a different hint. So we've got the one that says greens, well, thing that no one likes, lettuce. We've got some wake up assistance, coffee, of course, hiding in the corners, old spider webs, information, some knowledge, control center refers to the motherboard, mold will refer to Play-Doh, clogged refers to the drain, stay inside of the lines refers to the red marker, and we have pitch, and when you kind of continue the sentence, pitch fork, just like that, and then we have the batter. And then, as you may have heard, if you have the sound on for the video, you're going to hear a ding ding ding. This refers to that you have completed the map. Once you go back upstairs to the final scavenger, the door has been